really don't like carrots.
I did not know that, but thank you. Welcome, everybody. We are back with a live edition. That's right, Undisrupted Season 10 live. We're coming to you on the road. We did our previous episodes at the Nice Gate Conference. This one, you may hear the clickety clanking of plates in the background. We just wrapped up, Adam, our keynote here at TETC in Tennessee. A great event. You and I got to co-keynote it. We did do a podcast. We actually did a keynote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that which brings me to, because I'm looking out here and I see, the food. I know that tonight there's a couple of things happening on. Brings us to our opening debate, and our opening debate, Adam, is this, and then we'll bring on Ainsley, our guest, here in just a second. What is the best after hours conference event that you can mention live on a podcast? Because as we saw during our keynote, we had some interesting things pop up live. Um,
There's been so many to choose from. One that I have to say that I've really enjoyed, the karaoke stuff, like the Howlett kind of things.
Not the official like EdTech karaoke where there's like thousands of people.
No. 'Cause I'm at the point where I kind of get exhausted being around like a ton of folks
You
where I have
sound
to
old.
scream and shout at
Yeah.
night. But the karaoke thing was fun. Because you could get on stage. Sometimes there's so many people at some of those things where you can't get on the stage. With that
Yeah.
one, I think it was in New Orleans or something. I don't know. But we were able to get on stage and have some fun. And you did your Humpty dance, and I believe
The iconic.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I served as a background.
You were a background dancer, singer. Was that the one where no, there's another one where we split. No, I split my pants on stage. And that was to Bye 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 by the Backstreet, no, by NSYNC, right? And I think we got up on stage and did a dance, and I turned around and someone, Mandy Fralick, who's been on the podcast, came up and said, "Carl, I don't want to tell you something, but you split your pants when you did that turn move."
I think that was the same night I'm talking about. Like I think we
Yes.
we did multiple
Yes.
songs that night. Yeah.
Uh,
But the cool thing about those kind of events, though, you really get a chance to see people outside of just regular work and really see that we're all real people.
we're real. Yes.
Yeah.
And for me, it would be like the poetry slams, the stuff that we run sometimes. Those are fun because I feel like, again, bringing the emotion on stage, but also the connection that happens in between those moments. And so I think, for me, an after hours event that's good is one that's the music's not super loud.
Yeah.
Because again, getting older, and I got to say the pipes, but also where there's opportunities to make some sort of connection, whether it be through fun like karaoke or trivia, those kind of things. But that's enough about us, because we have Ainsley Hill here joining us. That's right, folks. Coming to you from Tennessee. She had on the matching jacket with Adam in just a second ago, but he's changed his outfit since we're in the jerseys now. Ainsley, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, but then also your favorite after hours event.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Ainsley Hill. I'm an instructional technology facilitator. Fancy,
Big title.
big title. I think the titles keep getting longer, but basically, I'm a tech coach for an elementary school right outside of Memphis. So that's what I do. But I also speak all over about coaching. That's my thing. My favorite after hours. You stole it.
I did.
Yes, you stole it. So I went to ISTE for the first time this past summer.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and it was such a cool experience. I was like, a karaoke night. I love karaoke night.
Yeah.
But this is like next level karaoke that they do.
Oh, you're talking about the ed tech?
Yes.
Yes. Like 1,000 something people, right?
Yeah. Try out for it.
Yeah.
Someone on our team from our district tried out and made it. And she didn't make it like the actual competition. She was an open.
Is it like The Voice?
Nonetheless, she was so excited. And but this one had like a live band.
Oh yeah.
And you're singing with a live band. And so it was pure entertainment. It had to be my favorite, but here, I don't know if y'all played before. We play Singo.
Muzingo. Is that the Muzingo?
Singo.
Bingo. Where
Bingo.
Music bingo, right?
Music bingo.
I've heard things about it. I've not seen it.
I love a bingo game. I'm an old soul. That's one of my granny hobbies.
Your granny hobbies? Wait a minute.
Did
Do you have
people
love a
granny?
bingo
play
game.
in school though?
They do.
Okay, that was the thing.
Oh, I love that. When those would come out, the little clear markers or the beans. You had the old beans.
Actual beans. I remember
Everybody
having actual
loved it.
beans on the card in school. That was like a thing.
Yeah, but this you're listening to music, and on the card is the names of the songs. And so when you hear it, you place it. And then
So it's still random. It's not just trivia, because it's if you know the song, but then you also have to have a bingo.
yes, you
Yeah.
have to have
Awesome.
bingo. You win some money.
Now, can I use Shazam or?
No, gosh, no.
Gotta have your phone away.
You must be a rule follower.
Yeah.
You must be a rule follower in this game. People will call you out.
You know what would be cool to do? I was just thinking, the one thing I love the karaoke, but the one thing, like you said, there's tryouts, 1,000 people on stage, all this stuff. You got to make sure you make it. And I feel like only the people that are like top notch make it on stage. It'd be cool to do like a lip sync because then you don't have to sing.
It's
You just
like
have to
you're
be
the
a performer.
performer.
A
Oh,
little more inclusive. Like I can get up there and act like I'm rapping to Eminem, but I'm gonna stumble over my words.
I honestly love that.
Yeah.
Can we sell that
We should do
to somebody?
that. You heard it here first, folks. We need a sponsor.
Lip sync battle.
Anybody out there listening, we want to do a lip sync battle, costume,
Yeah.
the whole thing, very inclusive, right? Because
Yeah.
You guys would kill it,
Yeah.
honestly.
well, yeah, I'd split my pants again.
Yeah. 'Cause that's pretty much what we do when we do karaoke anyway.
It's
Trying to be
pretty
quiet
much
and
lip
then-
syncing
We're
ish.
doing the words, but yeah,
It's like, yeah, no,
performance.
God, I
Yeah.
had to give you extra points though. If that's a lip sync
Feel
battle
like-
with a split pants.
I feel like, yeah, you went all out. Yeah. Yeah. I did. I think the worst, I've done one once where I did, Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, what's her, Miley Cyrus's, what's the one she's on the
Wrecking Ball?
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
jumped
what's
off,
wrong when she's on the wrecking ball?
I jumped off stage
Yeah.
on the moment. I
Yeah.
came in like a wrecking ball. And when I hit the ground, I sprained like my calf muscle so bad for the rest of the conference. I'm limping. And my wife's like, what happened? I was like, oh, I jumped off stage. You got to own the part.
Yeah.
Got to own the part.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're
Casualties.
old now. You know, it's
Got to be careful.
yeah, you're out 3 to 6 weeks. It's like a football player. You know.
Well, speaking of stage, I know you're doing quite a few sessions as well. Tell our listeners out there a little bit about. You're talking about coaching was one of the big things. Give us just kind of rundown of a few things you're talking about here at TETC.
Yes. So this morning I started with beyond copy and paste. So what I'm seeing in my school district is they're losing their voice. They're losing their voice to AI. And I'm getting these generic emails from
Yeah.
teachers, or
You could
it-
tell.
you could tell.
Yeah.
And so I go through this scenario of like, I call her Ava. Like everybody has an Ava in their building. They send out that email and you're like, she used AI.
Yeah.
And it turns into this negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It does.
and so it was all about the warning signs of how you can tell if someone's using AI, but we want them to use AI,
Mhm.
but we want them to also have their voice. And so trying to get the culture of bringing our voice back. So that's what that
Beyond copy
presentation-
paste. I love that. Yeah.
Yes. So just moving beyond a copy and paste king and queen, we have to put our voice back into it. And so walking through the steps of that. And then I went in and did an AI slam. This morning was a lot of AI, and this afternoon is going to be a lot about coaching.
Okay. Good.
So
A good mix of that. You got to have
Yeah.
the human part of it
You
too.
know, if I can hop in real quick on that one with the AI piece, because one of the things that I've been working on with teachers and educators around using AI just to write emails is really training it on how you already write your emails. So
yes.
yeah, so taking those pre AI emails that you've written and say, okay, this is how I write emails to parents. This is how I write emails to peers. But then using this to talk piece and it was like, oh, I need to write an email to Carl. I need to tell him about the workshop we're doing tomorrow, da 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 da. Put all it together. If you do that, then it should, in theory, start writing your emails more like you versus the generic M dash email.
Trained it. Yeah.
Exactly.
M dash.
And then I talked about the M dash with
Yeah.
death of the M dash. It's very sad. I was
Can we get a T-shirt for you, Ainsley, that says
Death.
down with the N? Oh, we should have a tombstone that just has the slash on it.
Yeah.
It is. It's sad because I am an
It's
M
an
dash
actual
user.
writing
But now
mechanism, but yeah,
it's a warning sign. It's like, oh, AI.
pretty much AI.
Yep.
Yep.
So this afternoon I'm doing coaching, and I loved your keynote today when you talked about relationships and actually listening to each other. I call myself a tech therapist. I do. I
And
feel
it's, yes.
like a therapist most days because what our teachers need right now is for us to listen. And so I walk through in this session this afternoon, it's called Next Level Coach. And I walk through how to be a good listener. How can we ask questions to get to what they need? And a lot of teachers just need that first and foremost
Yeah.
before we can actually move them.
Yeah. And that was that's funny is our keynote today. I mean, we had some tech, but it wasn't really about tech. I mean, we called back songs, we made a bunch of, and I think I hear that over and over again. The human in the loop is the thing I hear a lot with AI, right? And you mentioned earlier, like don't just copy and paste. And even Adam said, coaching them through the email process of putting yourself into that. And I think with coaching, there's really no tech. I mean, there is. I mean, you can use tech to help with the coaching, and there's tech tools that you can use with coaching, but it still comes back to what you just said, those relationships, right?
Yes.
What's a coaching? Let me ask you this question because I've coached, over the years too in my position. But how do you have that when you have that one person and maybe just struggles? That's like, nope, I'm not tech savvy, or nope, I'm talking about the person sits in the back of your session, pursed lips, arms folded, like I'm not going to listen. What do you use? What are your techniques you use to kind of get them on your side somewhat?
Ask them about the grandkids. Tell me about your family.
You're assuming that they're older. Okay. By the way, not always older, but
They're
yeah.
not always older.
But yes, that
they,
sometimes that does.
I have someone in mind, just like right away.
Pops in your head, right?
Yeah. And the way that I got through to this person was asking about their life. Like I always start, if they are new to my school, I always start an initial visit of just getting to know them and their story. Tell me your story. How did you get to where you are right now? And it just lends yourself to finding commonalities with each other, and then that builds trust.
Yep.
And then we can get to the meat of like, okay, so what are your tech goals for the year? But I always have to start with that. It reminds me when I was in the sped classroom and I had this assistant come in my classroom, and she was gonna be my assistant for the year, and she was not having it. She didn't want to collaborate with me. She didn't like my new ideas. And until I sat down and said, tell me where you're from. Oh my gosh, you're from Mobile, Alabama. That's so crazy. I grew up there. And then we just started talking, and I asked her about herself.
Yeah.
And then she is still a close family friend of mine because I made that step.
Authentic connection too, not just like, oh, sure, I like that song too. No, it's actually you're actually because
But that's that thing, when you talk about building a rapport, relationships, you want educators to do that in the classroom with their students as well, because I can't teach you the content as a student if I don't have any kind of form of connection with you. So whether the people part is so important in what we do. I think if people forget we're in the people business, then they're going to struggle as an educator. Whether you are a teacher, a coach, an AP, a superintendent, tech director, whatever, you have to get the people part right, because that's the difference. And you're talking about coaching. Hey, here's a strategy I want you to try, or hey, your kids are struggling here. Try this instead of that. I can't come in there and try to coach you if I don't know you, because then you're this outside person trying to tell me what to do, and I'm going to put up my walls and I'm guarded because who are you? You're not in here with my kids. You don't know what I'm going through.
You see that trend though? We're craving humanity.
Yeah.
Like everything we're talking about is circling back to that.
Yeah.
Craving humanity.
We talked about this with AI and also just music in general too, is that, pop music is so fast. You can do it. I can use my computer, record myself easy. Live music with bands and actually taking the time and the practice and the connection of that is, I think that's going to be so, I mean, if you've been to a concert lately, they're very expensive.
I actually went to Coldplay just recently. I swear.
Did you see anybody?
I didn't. That was the concert before Celine Dion was there. But
Celine Dion.
Yes. Yeah. But no, it was right before the situation.
Right before the incident. If you're listening to this, you're not listening to this. You're a billionaire CEO. Why would you listen to this podcast? But
he's got some time on his hands now. So
yeah, he's got a lot on his hands, or I mean, on his mind. And so a lot of when you go to a conference like this, what are you looking to take away? Like, what's something that you were like want to come back with? Because you're presenting a lot, but what are some other things you're looking to take away with it?
When I'm going to a conference and I'm trying to figure out what are the needs of my building. So we are big into project-based learning right now. So I'm seeking out information, learning from others, going through the list and seeing how can that help me at my school? What can I take back? What can I implement right away?
I love it. And a lot of times too, again, some conferences you get too much of the tech tools. I mean, Adam and I've had debates on the show about the 50 tools and I've done those and we've done those and they're fun. But again, the things you keep mentioning is coaching, relationships, the projects, the problems, the kids. I mean, I didn't hear AI or tech tool in there at all, but
yeah, I don't know. I may be on the outlier on this one. I think we've gotten kind of past I'm just past it, the apps and the programs, because we went through a phase when like the iPads and things came out.
Yeah.
They were an app. It was an app for everything.
Yeah.
But now I think with generative AI and the things that we have there, it's not really just the quote unquote app. Is what are you doing? It's like I don't need an app to drill me on math facts.
Yep.
That's gone. Or it's this fraction making app, whatever. That's not necessarily where we are with tech. It's how are we tying that tech into the standard or into what it means to be college and career ready for our kids.
It's the same type of movement that we had when 2020 was here.
Yep.
Where everybody went one-to-one. And so they're throwing all of these tools at you. And it's like, what are we doing with these tools? How are we using them? How are we being creative with them? How are we getting them career ready with these tools? So same thing with artificial intelligence. we have so many tools now, but how are we using it? How are we putting intentionality behind it?
Yeah, you mentioned COVID and the pandemic, and one of the things we talked about in our keynote was just like all the other outside stresses and outside noise that happens, not just the clickety clacking of plates in the background that I hear, but one of the things we like to end our podcast with is we always ask folks, what is something you do personally that keep yourself undisrupted? Because there's a lot of stuff happening in all of our lives in education. You're coaching, you're working in a school, you have your family. So what's a technique, Ainsley? What's something you do to like keep yourself undisrupted and like that balance of life? What's something?
Do you know what I just started? You're gonna laugh.
Is this one of your granny?
It's one of my granny hobbies.
Granny hobbies. I love it.
Pickleball.
No,
That was
okay.
mine.
I've
Pickleball.
played pickleball with you two before. I'm
Yeah.
not the greatest,
Never
but
mind.
my newest granny hobby obsession is needle pointing.
Crochet or
Like
needlepoint?
literally like sewing. It's like color by number, but it's like color by thread. And I went down a TikTok hole and I was like, you know what? This would keep me off my phone and doom scrolling.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
so
still
I
hands-on, and you're creating.
Yes, and I'm creating.
Mm.
And so it just clears my mind and it's my new obsession. And I finish them into ornaments and I'm learning how to sew, guys. I'm learning how to sew.
We'll get our ornaments in the mail, I
Here
assume.
we go.
If you ever get a needlepoint project from somebody, they love you. They
Oh,
love
because
you.
my daughter's crocheting right now, and she's and I know Adam's kids do a lot of hands-on stuff too, creating. And she was someone who's addicted to her phone in a lot of ways, and she noticed the addiction. 14 years old now,
Yeah.
puts it away, and just for her having the hands-on, she'll sit there and have a music in the background, or like some sort of background music or TV show on, and just needle and does that crocheting, and just she'll make animals like overnight. Like, what did you do? Oh, I just made this stuffed animal for somebody.
Ugh,
Like, oh,
I love that.
Just so weird, like you mentioned, like the doom scrolling. I know we were rapping, but it's just one of those things that's so amazing when you think about. We lived in a time before that when people actually just waited in line and waited in line. But now, if you go someplace and there's a line and people are waiting, everybody's on their phone
it's so
scrolling
annoying.
on
Yeah.
something. It's nobody's just there in the moment making a conversation.
We
with the
waited for
person in
we
line.
waited for commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember that?
TikTok's calling it analog bags. So you bring a bag with you that has like a book, needlepointing,
Legos,
yeah,
crayons,
crocheting.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
analog
an
bags.
analog bag.
Brought to you by, ironically, brought to you by TikTok.
Yes.
All right, Ainsley, tell us a little bit more about where we can find you and your great work.
Yes, so I am Mrs. Hill Teaches on Instagram and X and Blue Sky, but I'm most active on LinkedIn right now.
Yep.
I'm not sure why. I'm just
Same.
gravitating more towards LinkedIn.
It's a little more professional space. I feel like we don't get the algorithms don't bombard you with all the latest noise or granny toys.
And and Chris, stop it. My name on LinkedIn is Ainsley V Hill. So Ainsley V as in Valentine.
Is there another Ainsley Hill?
I guess so.
I feel like you're the only one I know, but maybe there's others out there. If you're out there, Ainsley Hill, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
The imposter,
I would like to meet you.
the imposter's out there. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on the show, and thank you to all of you listening out there. This has been the Undisrupted Podcast by All for Ed. He's Adam, and you can follow him at AskAdam3.
And he's Garland. You can follow him at Mr. Hooker. And you can follow him
At
at
Hooker Tech. And remember,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we are better together.
and we are better undisrupted.